Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Report: Miami Heat interested in moving into top 5 in 2024 NBA Draft. The Miami Heat reportedly are among the teams that could look to make a splash by trading up to pick higher in the 2024 NBA Draft. One league source told Hoops Wire last week that he envisions the Los Angeles Lakers and Heat making a strong play for a top 5 pick, Hoops Wire's Sam Amico wrote. The Heat currently hold the number 15 overall pick in the first round, but moving up further in the draft could give them a better chance to land a player that could contribute right away in the 2024-25 season. After falling in the first round of the playoffs in the 2023-24 season, the Heat are hoping to get back to the NBA Finals, where they were in the 2022-23 season, next season. With a core of Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Tyler Herro, it could make sense for the Heat to go all in to get a young piece to take them to the next level. Plus, there's a chance that Miami could lose some key role players that it'll need to replace in the offseason. Haywood Highsmith is an unrestricted free agent, and Josh Richardson, Kevin Love and Caleb Martin this offseason all have player options and could opt out to become free agents. In the latest mock draft by The Ringer's Kevin O'Connor, the Heat are projected to take guard Tyler Kolek out of Marquette University. Kolek's stock appears to be on the rise as the draft approaches, with teams viewing him as a versatile guard who can provide immediate knockdown shooting and reliable playmaking, O'Connor wrote. I've heard him connected as high as here, though perhaps if a lottery team trades down then Kolek could be a target for them too. If Miami lands him, then he would fill a clear position of need and could develop nice two-man chemistry with Bam Adebayo. There are other guards that O'Connor projects to go higher, including Rob Dillingham, Reed Sheppard, Stephon Castle and Devin Carter. If Miami values one of those players, or another prospect, very highly, it's possible it could look to trade up to land him. The Heat struck gold in the 2023 NBA Draft, taking Jamie Jaquez Jr., a 4-year veteran at the University of California, Los Angeles, in the first round. While Jaquez wasn't a high pick, number 18 overall, he still made an all-rookie team and averaged 11.9 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 2.6 assists per game this season. If the Heat can find another young player that they really like, it could make sense to move up since the player would be under contract for several seasons at a reasonable price tag. As the 2024 NBA Draft approaches, the Heat are certainly a team to keep an eye on as a squad that could make a move on draft night. What Heat's early playoff exit has meant for Erik Spoelstra's draft prep and how he helps. For just the second time in the last 5 years, there has been extended time this offseason for Miami Heat coach Erik Spoelstra to study prospects ahead of the NBA Draft. With the Heat making 3 appearances in the Eastern Conference Finals and 2 appearances in the NBA Finals during the past 5 seasons, the Heat's early first-round playoff exit this season has given Spoelstra some extra time to focus on this year's draft. I figured I had 3 days to get up to speed on the draft last year, Spoelstra said, with the Heat's season ending on May 1 this year following last year's run to the NBA Finals that had the Heat playing up until June 12, 2023 last season. The 8 weeks leading up to this year's draft, I think I'll just be probably overconfused by overanalysis. I'll stay out of the way. Now that I have more time, I'm probably dangerous. I'll stay out of the way of our scouting department. They do an exceptional job, Adam Simon and his staff, preparing for that draft. The 2-round NBA draft will span 2 days this year, first round on June 26 and second round on June 27. The Heat is slotted to pick at number 15 in the first round and number 43 in the second round. Simon believes Spoelstra does an exceptional job of listening to the Heat's scouting department and sparking productive conversations regarding draft prospects of interest. I think the great thing about SPO is he's going to listen to what our scouting department presents to him and he'll challenge us to ask certain questions about these guys, said Simon, who is the Heat's vice president of basketball operations and assistant general manager. We have good healthy discussions about what we're seeing, what we're thinking, and how the player can help our squad. With the Heat hosting pre-draft workouts at Kaseya Center since the start of June, those discussions have been happening for weeks. Among the prospects who have either already worked out or are scheduled to work out for the Heat in Miami are Providence guard Devin Carter, Purdue center Zach Edey, G League Ignite forward Ron Holland, Indiana center Kel'el Ware, Southern Cal guard Isaiah Collier, Arizona forward Kashad Johnson and UConn guard Tristan Newton, according to league sources. Carter, Edey, Holland, Ware and Collier are among the potential first-round options for the Heat at pick number 15, and Johnson and Newton are among the potential second-round options for the Heat at pick number 43. I think what Eric is good at is not necessarily trying to do our job, but just asking questions about these players and challenging us to hear what we think and what we say and why we're recommending the players we are going to recommend, Simon said. You don't know who you're going to get until you're on the board. Obviously, you have opportunities to trade up and trade out and you study everybody. Last year, Spoelstra didn't shift his attention to draft preparation until mid-June, just a few days before the Heat ended up selecting Jamie Jaquez Jr. out of UCLA with the 18th overall pick. That's the ideal scenario for Spoelstra, who would rather be coaching in the NBA Finals this week than thinking about different draft possibilities. If you're still playing, I doubt any coach is going to spend time studying the draft, Simon said. Obviously, the main thing is about being part of a team. So the last couple years, Eric coached until our season ended. Then he circles back to us and we get him up to speed on the players we're interested in and we give him film, we give him the reports, we give him intel. This year, that pre-draft process began a lot earlier for Spoelstra. I literally wasn't planning on these next 2 months looking like this, Spoelstra said just days after the Heat season ended in early May. So we have a much longer off-season. Controversial media figure links Lakers to Klay Thompson as free agency looms. The Los Angeles Lakers will do everything in their power to improve their roster for next season. That includes being aggressive on the trade market and in free agency. Because they are the Lakers, a lot of players will be linked to them, whether it is reasonable or not. One of those players is Klay Thompson of the Golden State Warriors. The 34-year-old sharpshooter is heading for unrestricted free agency, and due to his Los Angeles connections, the Lakers have long been considered an option. Stephen A. Smith highlighted the possibility that Thompson would join the Lakers in his latest TV appearance. According to the polarizing media figure, Klay would prefer to be in Los Angeles. In a perfect world, Klay would love to be in Los Angeles. We all know that. I'm talking about the Lakers. I mean, could you imagine? There's no space, they can't do it, but that's where he'd love to be. Klay Thompson was born in LA while his father Michael was a member of the Lakers, winning 2 NBA championships. Klay naturally grew up a Lakers fan, so the speculations make a ton of sense. It's also true that the Lakers likely don't have the financial flexibility to make this happen. Either Klay takes a significant pay cut and joins the Lakers on a below-market deal, or the Lakers and the Warriors engage in a sign-in trade. The Lakers have the salaries like Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, or Jared Vanderbilt to send to Golden State in a potential sign-in trade. Whether the Warriors would help their division rivals in such a deal is another question. Perhaps if Thompson really wanted to go to the Lakers and pressured the Warriors to make it happen, they probably owe it to the 5-time All-Star to do so. The door to a potential Thompson signing is certainly not closed, but Klay, the Lakers, and the Warriors all need to get creative and play ball, and that doesn't seem super likely. The Miami Heat is interested in hiring Klay Thompson. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Klay Thompson? Leave your opinion in the comments.